5 years ago, Rwanda didn't even have an AI policy. Now, they are building the first AI-powered airport on the continent. From drone delivery systems that defy gravity to algorithms predicting crop yields, Rwanda is betting big on artificial intelligence. But is this a technological leap towards a brighter future, or a dangerous gamble with unforeseen consequences in a nation still healing? For centuries, Africa has been a chessboard for global powers, a land often defined by narratives shaped far beyond its shores. But a new game is being played, and this time, Africa isn't just a pawn. It's writing its own rules. Look closely. Beneath the surface of familiar landscapes, a quiet revolution is taking root. Forget the outdated stereotypes. Forget the tired narratives of dependency. We are talking about African ingenuity, African determination, African power. Rwanda, a nation forged in the crucible of unimaginable tragedy, is emerging as a digital pioneer. The scars of 1994, the genocide, are a constant reminder of the price of division, the power of resilience. Yet, from those ashes, something extraordinary is rising. This isn't just about technology for technology's sake. This is about transforming lives. About empowering communities. About building a future where opportunity isn't dictated by geography. Rwanda has quietly crafted a bold ambition to become Africa's first digital-first economy. And the engine driving this transformation: artificial intelligence. Rwanda isn't just adopting AI, it's strategically integrating it into every facet of society, from agriculture to healthcare, from education to governance. In 2020, they launched their national AI policy, a blueprint for a future powered by data and innovation. The results are undeniable. Increased efficiency, improved service delivery, and a burgeoning tech sector attracting investment from across the globe. But here's where the story takes an unexpected turn. While many Western nations are still grappling with the ethical implications of AI, Rwanda is leapfrogging ahead. They aren't just consumers of technology, they are creators, developers, problem solvers shaping AI to address uniquely African challenges. They are building systems that understand local languages, that address specific agricultural needs, that promote financial inclusion in underserved communities. But here's the hidden truth, the part they don't want you to know, the secret ingredient fueling Rwanda's AI revolution. It's not just the technology itself. It's the meticulous collection of national biometric data. A comprehensive database, containing details, including iris scans, of almost the entire Rwandan population. The scramble for Africa, it never really ended, did it? Today, it's not about rubber or diamonds, but data. And the players have changed. While colonial powers cling to outdated influence, a new contender has stormed the stage: China. Since the year 2000, China has invested over $2 trillion in Africa. Let that sink in. $2 trillion. That's more than the entire Marshall Plan, America's post-World War II effort to rebuild Europe, spent globally. We are talking about railways snaking through the Congo, ports rising from the shores of Kenya, and digital infrastructure blanketing the continent. On the surface, it looks like development, a helping hand. But beneath the gleaming steel and fiber optic cables lies a deeper game. These investments aren't simply acts of charity. They are strategic plays for resources, influence, and ultimately, control of the future African market. They are buying loyalty, securing access, and reshaping the very landscape of the continent in their image. Roads lead to resources, data streams lead to knowledge, and knowledge, as we well know, is power. And while Western nations lament China's growing influence, they've largely sat on the sidelines, offering aid packages with strings attached while Beijing builds empires with concrete and code. Africa needs partners, not patrons. We need investments that empower, not enslave. We need futures forged in our own image, not borrowed from someone else's playbook. But what if there was a way to leapfrog, to bypass the old power structures and chart a new course? What if a nation could harness the very technology that threatens to bind it and instead use it to break free? What if a small, landlocked country, scarred by genocide, could rise to become a technological powerhouse, a digital-first economy, and a beacon of innovation for the entire continent? Because that's precisely what Rwanda is planning, by training an army of AI developers. Rwanda's audacious bet on AI isn't just about technological advancement. It's about reclaiming agency. About shaping a future where African nations are not passive consumers of technology, but active creators and innovators. This isn't a distant dream, it's happening now. The investments in education, infrastructure, and strategic partnerships are already bearing fruit, positioning Rwanda as a potential blueprint for other African nations seeking to leapfrog traditional development models. This digital transformation matters to Africans today because it promises solutions to our unique challenges, from agricultural optimization to improved healthcare access. It empowers the next generation to participate in the global economy on their own terms. Want to delve deeper into stories of African ingenuity and power shifts? Become a PornoAfric insider for just $9 a month at pornoafric.com/membership.html. Gain access to exclusive content, expert analysis, and a community passionate about shaping Africa's future. Tag someone who needs to hear the African Story Globe Show in Europe, Africa.